Welcome. I want to share with you briefly a couple of reasons why you may not want to purchase this game on console. I know nothing about how it's going on the PC side of things. I'm on the PS5 Pro, even though the Pro part doesn't matter. Let's just get into it. Number one, I personally can't play the Asian map. Why? The fuck is that red thing with the bright lights? That's going to be good for my OLED monitor. I can't seem to get rid of it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, what the hell is that? So what ends up happening is, well, I can't play that map that I actually thought I might really enjoy. So that's reason number one. I've deleted the game. I've reinstalled it. Again, I'm on PS5. Okay. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is the game is locked at 30 FPS. You see, when you buy a computer, the game is at your computer's mercy. It'll do what your computer can handle. When you're on a console, ooh, I've got the Pro. Good for me. The game is not bending a knee or even curling a toe at the whim of what my PS5 Pro can unleash. It's just going, nope. Upscaled, whatever it is. Somebody was trying to argue with me. It's not real 4K. It's up. I don't care what it is. It's 4K something. It's 30 goddamn FPS. You cannot do 1080p on this shit. Okay? You can't do it. So that's reason number two. The third thing is, ooh, look at that. Oh, it looks pretty. Looks really, really good with the fog and the light and everything like that, right? But in the end, when you take a really close look and you pay attention, the draw distance is just not that great at all, okay? Right now, I'm going to turn on the mower. I'm not going to lift the mower. This helps because originally I didn't have the front part, and I had a big trail of grass behind me, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I can't fault the game for my own incompetence here. Okay. So now we're just going to, like, play a little bit. This is about, like, the draw distance. The actual performance itself, I mean, at 30 FPS. I mean, it's solid. There's no stuttering. I mean, I'd rather rock solid 30 FPS than a stuttering 60 frame per second experience, sure. But we're heading into 2025 here. So again, when you've got fog, this is a joke, so calm down. Maybe they're using the fog to detract from the fact that it's not rendering in properly in the distance. Because if you take a quick look, if you take a close look, it looks like that's fairly respectable. Like, you go, wow, look at that. And even the trees in the far, far distance are actually doing really, really good, right? Well, now what I'm going to do is switch over to the truck. Okay. Now, again, the trees in the back, a little bit of the bokeh effect, and we can see just things in the back. It's looking good. But when you go and you really take a look at the trees, the bushes, and all that, especially at the fact that it's in 30 FPS mode, it shouldn't be that way whatsoever. There should absolutely be increased draw distance. And again, it's going to be situational. When you're just looking around like this really quick, you'll be thinking to yourself, oh yeah, that looks good. The AI was smart enough to switch lanes, even though you're not supposed to pass somebody on a double solid lane. And then you'll look and you'll be like, yeah, okay, I don't really see an issue. But it really is there. The issue truly, truly is there when you think about it. Now that these consoles are getting stronger, there should just be no excuse for that. Like, when you look at the field and you zoom out, I mean, look at what's happening. It's receding. Everything past that line, you kind of see it there as I zoom in, and it fills in. Now I'm going to stay zoomed out. I'm going to drive right through the field so that you can see what I'm talking about. Now it's starting to fill in. You could be thinking to yourself, oh man, you're really nitpicking, but there's like this weird circle, and it's really, really noticeable. But yet I could see the goddamn leaves and the trees and all that in the very, very far distance. How about we reduce some of the detail we're seeing there? Not everybody's got eagle eye vision. And transition, I don't know what this is, transition some of that power into the goddamn draw distance in the field that you're at. Very off-putting. So sure, you could combat that by getting in real close and giving yourself the illusion that, wow, everything is just perfect. But it really isn't perfect at all. What game is? I'm just sharing the stuff with you that's bugging me. I'm still going to keep making videos on this game. I'm going to get my money's worth, and I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to see how the game evolves. Now that I'm driving, holy shit, that brings me to my other point. Steering sensitivity exists. Right now I've got it on the lowest of 50, and it still, like, handles like shit. I don't care that the game is arcade-like, but I do care that I just turned the joystick a little bit, and I'm doing like a 90-degree turn. Speaking of draw distance, look at that fence in front of the hood of my truck. You're trying to tell me that's not a little bit wonky? What the hell's going on there now? Like, you can't tell me that's not... Okay? That's just... Again, I am not somebody who enjoys trash-talking a game. I don't like being negative. I really don't like doing that. I really don't. I don't think it's fun. I'm not trying to be edgy. I'm trying to be transparent. I spent my own $100 on this game. You honestly think, looking at my channel, that I got sponsored? You honestly think I was given a free key to this game? Think again. I'm not socially relevant. I don't pull in the views. And I'm always very transparent with games, and I'm very critical and harsh on them. And I feel as though I have to be that way for the simple fact that maybe what bothers me in a game will bother you. And now that I'm bringing it to your attention, you'll be like, oh, you know, that fence thing, that steering. Oh, wow, well, steering vehicles is a big part of this game. And if it's really sensitive and you really got to, you know, and it's at 50% sensitivity. You could go from 50 to 200, but you can't go from 50 to 40 to 30 to 20. You can't change the dead zones or any of that shit and really make it feel good. You can't do it. It was the same problem in the other games, and I tried to tough it out, and it drove me bonkers. But in the end, I really do enjoy this genre of game. I really do. I don't know what I'm doing, but I do truly enjoy myself. I've played every single farming simulator game that's ever existed, and even the ones on mobile and iPad and all that shit, okay? And the ones on the Switch and the likes of that. So to quickly recap, because I don't want to make this video too long, okay? And I don't want to play now that I've shown you a couple of things. The fact that I'm locked at 2 out of the 3 maps. Sometimes I'll get a bunch of weird lines that'll show up at the bottom of my screen. And if I just restart the map, I'm fine. But every time I go to play the Asian map, and I've tried starting a new Asian map, it just gives me that weird thing. So now I feel like I can't play that map. So now I'm stuck with 2 maps. I'm stuck at 30 FPS. And it's got some, what I call, inconsistent draw distance. I could see super far away, but things that are like just barely 100 feet in front of me is like that weird circle, like I said, like a radius. And it's just not very realistic. And if you're going to lock a game at 30 FPS, pal, it better have every single graphical enhancement that you can think of fully maxed out to the point where I can't tell where something's being rendered in. Like, imagine if Rockstar made a farming game. Seriously, like, oh my god. Have you seen the draw distance on, like, Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 5, and that kind of stuff? Okay, if they can do that, come on now, this ain't an indie developer. So, the draw distance, the locked 30 FPS, the weird UI glitch with red bright squares with yellow dots preventing me from playing the Asian map completely, and the shitty steering. In other words, the lack of a full-scale sensitivity, to me, is just inexcusable. So no, I cannot recommend this game on console again. Is it fantastic on PC? Maybe. I mean, I took a quick look on Steam. It seems to be somewhat favorable. I know that if I used my steering wheel, it would be a lot better, but I don't want to use my steering wheel. The whole point of the console is to keep it simple. Just hop in, use your controller, turn your stick a little bit, and you're not just driving off the goddamn bridge. Okay? So that's enough of this rant. Hopefully, I showcased and was able to back up what it was I was complaining about a little bit. Some of these things may be completely insignificant to you, and if that's the case, hey, all the power to you. As I said, I'm still going to play this game. I'm going to be stubborn. I'm going to push through like a champ. I'm going to learn the game. I'm going to enjoy it. I will. I'll bitch, moan, and complain, but I'll enjoy the game. And I'm very much hoping that this game will evolve over time. Maybe there'll be graphical enhancements to the PS5 Pro. Hopefully, Xbox Series S and X and base PS5 will get at least 60 FPS, 1440p or something. And, yeah, and to me, that would make a huge difference. As for, like, the steering sensitivity, that seems to be a staple year after year. I don't think they're going to give us the ability to reduce it below 50%. I definitely don't have the star power to reach out to giants, to be on their radar and be like, hey, listen to me. Do you mind just allowing us to do that? Because if they did, that alone would change everything. It really, really would. Based on this, I've personally figured that if I could get it to 20% or 30%, it would make that much more of a difference where I wouldn't feel like I'm drifting in a Need for Speed game. So there you have it. Thumbs up if you liked the video. I mean, it does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and trying to make me more relevant in search results when people are looking shit up online. And if you didn't like the video, well, that's just too bad now, isn't it? Because I liked my own video. Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it. I'll break it off in your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally, that would be bloody fantastic now, wouldn't it? But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And if I'm lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next video. Bye for now.